Coming up on District Wire News. With the midterm elections just days away, local college students are finding fewer reasons to show up to the polls. We'll have a full report straight ahead.
And something's cooking inside a Georgetown dormitory, and it's not mac and cheese. We'll show you what's got a group of college students in serious legal trouble. District Wire News starts now.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Zimmer.
And I'm Megan Ackerman.
American University professor Sue Markham was found dead today. Her boyfriend found her body in her house. Police say someone broke into her home and they found signs of a struggle. They believe Markham was murdered. Her Jeep was missing as well. Markham graduated from AU in 1999. Her students learned of the news when they arrived to her class this morning.
They really cared for her students. She went out of the way to help everybody. She responded to email fast. And there were times where I wish all other professors were just like her.
She's a faculty brother of AK Psi fraternity. Markham's classes were canceled for Monday. Kogod has not said what will happen to the rest of her classes.
Voters are getting ready to head to the polls in midterm elections, but there's one key group whose voices won't be heard as loudly this year. Jordan Kogenauer has the story.
Rock the Vote is counting on less students showing up at the polls for midterm elections this year. According to a new Harvard Institute of Politics poll, only 35% of students are planning to vote this year. This is a major drop from the 70% of students who made that vow in 2008. Only the most hardcore of young politicos are expected to show up to vote for midterm elections.
I'm from California, and we have a lot of issues that we need to address. The state isn't well off economically, kind of like other states in the United States, but I mean, it's my home state and have to help it out.
American University is ranked as Princeton Review's most politically active campus, but some students still aren't stoked to sign their name to a ballot.
I was approached before the state radio concert to vote or to register in Washington, but I don't think I actually filled out any paperwork.
Just 280,000 new youth voters registered for this election cycle. This is in sharp contrast to the 2.5 million who eagerly signed up 2 years ago. Political watchers say this is bad news for Dems, who typically rely on young voters for canvassing and support. This is Jordan Kogenauer with District Wire News.
Rhode Island Democratic candidate Frank Cabrio expressed his anger at the White House after learning that Obama would not endorse him during his trip to Rhode Island this week. He accused President Obama of treating the state like an ATM machine after he did not visit during the big floods last spring. Cabrio said he would not attend Obama's tour and fundraiser after learning he would not be endorsed.
Obama has a new demographic to worry about as he has lost ground with women voters. Obama took questions during his backyard town hall sessions dedicated to the struggles of working-class women. A majority of women do not approve of Obama's performance on the economy and consider the health care reform to be a failure. A Bloomberg poll last week found that more than 60% of women voters who supported Obama in 2008 are either less supportive or no longer support him at all.
Many GOP candidates across the country are finding themselves ahead in the polls this midterm election. But one Republican, Robert Ehrlich, is quickly losing support from the Maryland governor's race. Ehrlich dropped in the polls after a series of negative campaign ads from the O'Malley campaign. O'Malley is leading the polls. Ehrlich is a former Maryland governor seeking to regain the governor's seat.
Ads against Democratic candidates, including openly gay Congressman Barney Frank of Massachusetts, will air on Lifetime and Bravo. The political group GO Proud said Frank is an absolute embarrassment and represents the worst kind of a Washington politician. GO Proud also said that this is the first time a national gay organization is airing a television advertising campaign going after Democrats.
The rally to restore sanity and/or fear is only 5 days away. Comedians Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert are in Washington preparing AU students and are only one step behind them. Elizabeth Stevenson takes a look.
Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert have gotten people all over the country excited with the announcement of their individual rallies.
Tonight, I announce the Rally to Restore Sanity. It is happening, people!
My my fellow Americans, 24 days from now, on October 30th, 2010, I am calling for the nation to join me on the Washington Mall for the March to Keep Fear Alive.
People are making their way to D.C. in any way possible. Amtrak added extra trains in preparation for the mass number of people that are expected to show up.
Well, I have about 5 friends coming from different places all around the country to stay with me and then go to the rally.
Student organizations here at American University are going down to the mall to see the rally. ATV, American's television station, is sending shows down to get as much footage as possible.
Well, we're trying to get footage for the show, so we're going to be trying to interview some people. I just kind of want to get down there and be part of the experience, because there's supposed to be a lot of people going down there.
The Resident Hall Association, or RHA, is also doing something in preparation for the rally. Through the Anderson Hall Council, students can make signs to bring with them on Saturday. The event is all about fun with the 2 Comedy Central hosts. People are ready for a lot of laughs. For District Wire News, I'm Elizabeth Stevenson.
There's more bad news for college students, particularly those in Washington. A new report from the Project on Student Debt found that students who graduated in the class of 2009 are carrying an average of $24,000 in student loan debt. This is a 6% increase from 2008. Students in Washington are the most in debt in the country, and average in the district is more than $30,000. Jack Weingart is live in the studio with more on the story. Jack?
Thanks, Amanda. The Project on Student Debt's new report is a testament of what college students are having to face during this economic recession. While student debt continues to rise, unemployment is also hitting recent graduates hard. Unemployment for recent grads climbed from 5.8% in 2008 to 8.7% in 2009, the highest annual rate on record for college graduates between the ages of 20 and 24. I talked to several students at American University about these new figures, and here's what they had to say. With student debt rising across the U.S. and jobs hard to come by, many college students are left worrying about their future and their finances.
Even though it's worth it, even though our education is so important, and I'm so glad I'm here, realizing I'm here on borrowed money, it's not a comforting feeling. I don't feel secure half the time.
While the report notes that the increase in student loan debt is consistent with increases in previous years, students are blaming the grim job market for the increased debt load.
You hope you find a job, even if you don't have loans. You just hope you find a job. But it's with the job market right now, and seeing friends who recently graduated saying we haven't found jobs yet. It's terrifying. I'm thinking, what if that's me? What if I can't pay it back? What am I going to do?
Staying in school and earning a master's degree is one route many recent grads have taken since the economic downturn. Even those who had found a job realized soon enough that it wasn't going to be easy making their payments with an undergrad degree.
I mean, I came from undergrad and had student loan debt, and got a job for a little bit and realized that it wasn't going to be enough, so went back and trying to get a better job, because you can't be competitive, unfortunately, with an undergrad degree.
While it is likely that students in the class of 2009 took out the bulk of their loans before the recession began, it appears as though the weakened economy since graduation day has made it harder to pay off their education. While this information may not sit well with recent graduates, those still in school have been able to benefit from the efforts colleges and the Obama administration have made to increase or maintain need-based grant aid so that students could afford to stay in school. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Jack. Coming up after the break, opening statements in Chandra Levy case are starting. We'll tell you about the dramatic testimony on the stand today.
A drug lab is discovered at a local university. Find out which campus and which university is dealing with the problem. Stay with us.